Now, I like to focus on positive things on this channel, but there's no denying that the UK's woodlands and the animals in them aren't doing as well as they once were.
There's only one pigeon left.
But nature has a secret weapon: wild boar. These animals have a multitude of benefits on the environment around them, and I went to the Forest of Dean to see for myself. Good morning and welcome back to Creature Chronicles. We have just got to the Forest of Dean and we're in RSPB Nag's Head, and this morning we're looking for wild boar. So you can see all around here, this is all the signs of them. So especially when it gets into autumn and the ground softens up, they start using their nose basically as a plough, going through the soft ground looking for worms and grubs and anything that they can eat. And we think we've got some tracks here. So there, and there's a lot of sign of activity, piggy activity around here in this field. So we're going to have a little look around and hopefully find some. So this is another big area that some boars have ploughed over. You can see how much they can do, but no signs of them yet. Very quiet this morning. Although this may initially look quite destructive, the rooting of wild boar can be incredibly beneficial to both animals and plants alike. The newly exposed insects and seeds are an excellent source of food for birds, especially during the winter months when food is more scarce. Just don't tell the squirrels their hoard of nuts has been dug up. They also uproot things like brambles and bracken, which are very fast spreading plants, and this gives other shrubs and trees the chance to grow, allowing for a greater biodiversity of flora. So we just heard something interesting, but it got away, but I hope it will pop up in a minute. We found this, which we're pretty sure is like a pig track. So we're going to have a little look down here and see if we can spot one. Yeah, so we followed the track and we found all of this. So this is definitely looking like a hot spot for the piggies. And it continues all the way through here. Oh, get a nice close up of that.
Scat.
Scat. A little more by my foot. That looks fresh. It's still moist. Well, that's definitely going to be a piggy.
Excellent.
I really thought they'd be very easy to spot. Yeah, look at all this.
Wow, they've been busy.
They've absolutely churned all of this over. Oh, look, it goes all the way up there. Loads more through.
Nice.
Nice.
Any fresher? Is it warm?
Bear Grylls would be eating it by now. Deer have a bit of a monopoly on the woodlands of Britain. There are an estimated 2 million roaming our forests, whereas there are only around 2,600 wild boar. Deer have very little competition to manage their numbers, but these piggies fill that gap. They compete for similar food sources, and they also hunt fawns, which was certainly news to me. I guess you can only eat so many roots before you start to crave flesh. Look at this activity. That's a bit mad. What's going on here? A little bit unsettling. There's so many. They're all tucked in back there as well. So we're just taking a bit of shelter from the drizzle in this little picnic spot here. And we've got this very tame robin just there. So that will be the mission for now, trying to tame this little fella. Stay still. That didn't take long. Cheeky. As well as searching for wild boar, I'm also on a quest to find every animal in the UK. While sitting in the robin spot, I found a couple of new species to add to the total. Unfortunately, they're not my crispiest shots ever, but it's still nice to find some new species. Right, back to the boar hunt. So we popped off to get some lunch and now I'm back by myself. I've just been sitting over there on that bench for about an hour. There's been so much crazy bird activity going on. But now, I've got to find these piggies, man. I really want to find them. I'm pretty convinced that they live around here because there's just so much evidence of them. So I'll keep an ear out, an eye out, and hopefully they'll turn up soon. I kept looking until it started getting dark and then decided to call it a day. But as I was pulling out of the car park, one of the people I'd been talking to waved me down to let me know they'd spotted a boar. What a legend. So I hastily reparked my car and followed him towards the pig. It was almost completely dark at this point, so this was the best footage I was able to get. But I was determined to get something better, so I went back again the next day. Good morning, I am back here again at RSPB Nag's Head. Third try. Just over that way last night is where I got a glimpse of one, which was really cool. But I'm hoping to get a better shot because, as you've probably already seen, wasn't particularly crispy. I don't know, hopefully today's the day. Wild boar love a good wallow. They even create their own mud pools that grow larger and larger with continued use. This in time creates brand new environments for amphibians to live in, which is especially important for threatened species like the great crested newt, which I found for the first time recently. What the hell? You guys are everywhere. It also provides extra spaces for water-based insects, such as dragonflies. Then these creatures attract birds. Oh, wild boar, is there anything you can't do? Well, this just stopped me in my tracks. A little bit unsettling. That's definitely blood. And it's not mine. I wonder what that's from. I'm trying to see if I can spot any more. And we'd have ourselves a trail. I'll keep an eye out. So that noise is a raven, which is an animal that I need for the total. So hopefully it comes a little bit closer and I can get a little shot. I'm counting that. Hey. Some of the rarest flowers in Britain are known as arable plants that are found in farmed fields. Their life cycle relies on the ground being ploughed, but as farming has developed, there is no space left for these plants that are considered by some to be weeds. This then goes on to impact farmland birds, such as the beautiful turtle dove. Birds such as these rely on the oil-rich seeds of these plants to help them recover after long migrations. Therefore, areas that wild boar plough with their powerful snouts give these rare plants a chance, especially as they eat the roots of things like thistles and nettles, which provide spaces for smaller plants. I had put a lot of time and energy into finding these piggies by this point, and my trip was coming to an end. So I decided to head to a hide and just wait in one place for a while and simply hope for the best. And then, out of absolutely nowhere, I finally found what I was looking for. This obviously isn't the greatest shot of a wild boar ever, but I was ecstatic to see one properly and at least get some sort of footage to show you. So I finally got a shot, a decent one, a usable shot of a wild boar in this hide. Sort of like 10 to 20 seconds of footage, but that is definitely better than nothing because I've genuinely put in about 20 hours now to find pigs. So I hope you enjoyed that shot, but I've got about another hour left of sunlight, so I'm going to see if I can find a couple more. I didn't see any more boar that evening, and that brought me to the end of my trip. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.